Hi guys. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you a little bit about one of the things that designers have a difficulty with is actually coming up with imagery. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually talk about imagery and how it relates to graphic design and how you can do it legally. All right. The biggest thing is like if I asked you to do a project, and many of you already have done this, it's like you might go to your Google search and do look for wolf. All right. So you go to the images tab, and then you're like, okay, I like this one. I'm going to use this one, or this one, this one, this one, whatever. All right. The problem with that is that many of the images are copyrighted, which means that if you use them in a brochure or even on a website, if a lawyer finds out that's for the particular right owner, they can sue you for it. All right. So the problem, that's where you have to be careful when you're dealing with images. I always say never use Google Images because you can never tell what one or what tools are used. You can't basically say that what's there. All right. So here's some options like how do you go ahead and get imagery? Well, of course, obviously we're going to deal with copyright. All right. Any of the information that you can find is under copyright.gov. You can research and find out what the rules are, and that is essential when it comes to design. So, where do I find them? Well, we're going to go through a little bit quickly, but here I usually send my students to Pixabay. All right, Pixabay is a nice site. It can be used commercially. All right, some of these images can be used commercially. They are royalty free. All right, they're not the most high quality images that you can use, but they're decent. They're not too bad. So it's like if you do a search for wolf, you can see that you can find anything that's here that's wolf that are nice to use. You can click on it, and you'll notice that you'll have a license here, free for commercial use. All right, no attribution required, which means no tagging somebody for that image. All right, you can download it, or you can actually sign up, and you can download the highest res version of it to use in print or whatever. All right. So you can go to Pixabay and then download whatever images you want. If you're a student, you can use this however many times you want to. But again, Pixabay, a lot of times I can't find the images I'm looking for here. Another one is Morguefile. Morguefile is another site that's much like Pixabay. Photos here are free. They're not the best quality, but they're not bad. That can be used. It's just like a photo dump of artists or photographers' work that you can use here. All right, so you can go to Morguefile if you want to. Before, what we had to deal with was when I was actually in an agency early in the 2000s, I had to deal with actually creating or getting images, download them first with the watermark, and then we had to get approval from the client first before we went and purchased them, because a lot of images were anywhere from $200, $300, $400, $500 in order to use. Well, in the early 2000s, there was an actual website that came out called iStockPhoto.com. And this is what this is. This has grown quite substantially, but at the time I could get a high-res image for $10, right, which was super cheap compared to paying $200, $300, $400 for high-res images. And iStock kind of took over that particular area. All right, as you can see, if I do a search for wolf here, they are really decent images that can be utilized. So it's like if I click here, all right, what it is like $12 per image. Or you can buy credits and save a little bit more, and this was like a 1 credit image that you could use. All right, I use iStock every once in a great while, but a lot of times I can find the same images on what we call Adobe Stock, or I go stock.adobe.com, which is attached to the Adobe software. I actually have an account. I pay a little bit of extra. Every month I get 10 free images to download. All right. Sometimes I can go through 2 or 3 months without downloading a photo, and I have all these photos built up. Right now I have 7. I can download 7 of them if I wanted to. But you just do a simple search for wolf, and you can download some of these. And I've seen some of these on iStock, and it's like I can download whatever I want. It includes photos, it includes vector graphics, it can, does all kinds of different things that I can download here. All right, so if you go beyond your assets, they're usually like $3 a piece. So it's kind of like they're very affordable when you're dealing with it. So Adobe Stock is another great one. So just to kind of show you how it was back in the day, all right, you could basically do a search for wolf. This is Getty Images. Getty Images is a big company. You may notice that in some magazines, news things, they may have a little tagline that says, image courtesy of Getty Images, because Getty deals with a lot of editorial photos. So if you do a search for this, all right, you can go through and find out what images you want. Let's say you want that one. All right, here's where it is. Small is 175, medium is 375, or the largest one, highest red, is around $500. So this is how it was. All right, this is still going out there. But there is what is called custom rights, or what is also referred to as rights managed. All right, so what that means is that basically you lock in a particular image in a particular region, and basically say, this, I want it to be, basically I want it to be on a certain billboard, a certain time frame, and nobody in the area can use it for that purpose. That way, it's like you don't have 2 different businesses putting the same image up in the same region, which doesn't happen very often anymore, if at all. There was a time when it did. But now there's so many images out there that we now have. Let's see, I'm just kind of going through all these and just kind of say, get price, all right, for that. All right, for a billboard, to be used that image for a billboard, lock it in this region for over 100 billboards up to a year. It's going to cost me $8,300 to do that. So a lot of times we just don't do those. But those are rights managed, because once it's done, then basically you are not allowed, you have to subscribe to that image. It is not royalty free. All right. So, but there is standard rights where it is royalty free. You can use it however many times you want. You buy it once, and you can use it however many times you want to. All right. So that's Getty Images. There's also Photo Search, which is pretty much the same type of thing. A little bit cheaper in some areas. Like this is $15. But I know that Photo Search also had some stock or rights managed stuff too. So now, of course, what I usually like to go to is what is called Envato, envato.com. It actually has a great little site. And I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to Envato Market, which actually leads me to some of their sites, where you got ThemeForest, which deals with website templates. So you can look through here for great design ideas. If you are a developer, you have the option of codes, or video, or audio, graphics of some kind, and you also have the option of photos. And it has all kinds of things that you can actually do within that site. So hopefully that clears it up for you guys. So just know that when you are dealing with a design that you're being paid for, you want to make sure that things are legal and download the right images that are royalty free and you can use. All right. Hopefully that clears everything up, and hopefully I will see you the next time.